You know, it's one thing to have a sit-down conversation with your kids about expectations when you go someplace. It's another when you have to have a sit-down conversation with your spouse about the state fair expectations, which you did a couple nights ago.
Did.
So quickly reset that for the people who missed it, and also the update because you guys went last night as a family.
Did. All right, so my husband, Eddie, I love him with my whole heart.
We love Eddie, yes.
Yeah, he's awesome, and he's a great cook, and he loves food just like me. However, he is food truck averse. He doesn't like to eat stuff out of food trucks.
Why?
He thinks that they're subpar. I mean, it's rare that he'll do it in the fair. Good Lord, the fair. We all know the fair is an assault to the digestive system, right?
Absolutely.
And so he's just not into it.
I love how you just put that. An assault to the digestive. I will be now thinking about that. An assault to my digestive system when I go there tomorrow.
It is. So I always take Luca to the fair because it's important for him to go. We have it in our town. We're very lucky to have it in Raleigh, and I'm like, this is going to be memories forever. So we go every year, and I don't expect Eddie to go with me because he doesn't like crowds. He doesn't like the food. He's just not a fair person. But this year, he decided he wanted to come with us, which was thrilling. So it was me, Eddie, Luca, and Theo, Luca's bestie. One of Luca's besties. And I said, before we went, I sat him down. I was like, look, man, because this is at Luca and Mai's thing. We go.
You sat him on the couch and you were standing?
No, he was at the table. He's eating dinner.
Okay.
But I was standing.
Yes, you were in
I was folding laundry.
You were in the higher position.
I was folding laundry. So I looked over and I was like, listen, if you're coming to the fair with us, I don't want to hear a word about the food. I was like, we are having dinner at the fair. We are not waiting because that's happened before. He's like, I'm just going to eat when I get home. And then he gets hungry. When he's hungry, there's something called the ogre that comes out, and Angry Eddie comes out. And it's just like, I don't want to deal with any of that. We're eating at the fair. Wrap your mind around it or don't come. And I'm like, I want you to be there more than anything, but I just want you to know. So he's like, I'm ready. I was like, all right, well, let's do this. So we went, and we had a blast, not last night. A blast.
Yeah,
Luke
baby.
rode the 3 Gravitrons. He rode the Zipper, which was his favorite. Him and Theo rode like the pirate ship. They rode everything. We did the slide. And then Eddie got sausage and peppers, and he loved them. He said they were delicious.
Yes.
And I was like, all
And
right.
did you hear a single word from Eddie last night
Not
about the fair
one
food?
word.
Yes.
I'm very proud of him, too.
We are all very proud of you, Eddie.
He's listening because they're heading to school right
Eddie,
now.
hey.
good for you. You found. I feel like I get what he's feeling
Oh,
though,
we
about
all
the fair
feel
food.
that,
I'm
yes.
sorry, no, you got your hand.
No.
I'm so sorry. Brian has his hand up. He's like, I got something to say. But Eddie, I get it. But there's at least one item or a couple items that you can get to be like, oh my God, this is so good.
We got to give kudos to Sarah King because when we do Love 'em or List 'em, we always talk about communication, setting boundaries, and expectations.
That's right.
That
Thank
is
you.
how it's done.
Thank you.
I love her expectations were no complaints.
Either
We're eating
I
at
was
the
like, I don't
fair.
want bad mood Eddie. I want good mood. We're in this for a good time. It's also our anniversary, and
Yeah, your anniversary
we had
from
our
your first date,
and I was like, we chose to spend it watching our son have the best time ever with one of his besties, and it was such a good
And
night.
the fact that
Bravo.
and also Sarah was reminiscing earlier morning fam about how Luca, who's 8, turns 9 next month.
I
Crazy.
can't believe it.
But man, to be 9 again because that kid rode the Gravitron multiple times. Did what that zipper thing is terrifying.
His favorite was the Zipper.
No.
What's the zipper?
The Zipper is these little cages that are on this narrow strip of like a belt basically, and it
Got it.
flips you around, and the cage turns. And,
Oh, it's awful.
dude,
It's
I
terrifying.
rode it once as a kid, and when they opened up the gate, I was 12. I was in my most awkward of awkward phases. They opened up the cage, and I legitimately spilled out like soup. I had to crawl away from the Zipper as a 12-year-old. It was mortifying
like
on
soup.
so many levels.
You looked like the bride. You looked like Maya Rudolph in the middle of the street in Bridesmaids when
Yes.
they were getting out of the zipper.
It was terrible.
Well, I'm glad that you had an all-time great night at the State Fair, and I'm glad there was no complaints, and everybody loved their fair food, and Luca had an all-time great night.
We had a great time. Thank you, NC State Fair.
That's how it's done.
NC State Fair
Good
for the win.
you.